So that was one of the top 5 worst experiences in the theaters of my life.
Yeah, it is up there. It is up there.
Let's get into Godzilla vs. Kong. I have to explain that our thoughts and opinions may be affected by the experience we just had at the theater. And I wanted to clear that because it's at no fault of the movie. As much as I hate to come up as a Yelp reviewer that starts to explain their whole day, the experience we had at the theater today wasn't great. But I still want to give the movie the benefit of the doubt. It might be a positive for the movie because I was keep giving it so much of a pass on the movie because of what we experienced. Really quickly, so we sat down to the theater and the whole theater smelled like feet for some reason. And then the theater lights didn't go off until halfway through the showing. And to top it all off, there was a pendeja on TikTok half of the time.
I can't see it.
Yeah. Like, how were you raised? On a fucking farm? You never been to the movies before? You don't know how movies work?
I think that's an insult to people who grew up on farms, because people who grew up on farms are the hardiest, most nicest people I've ever met. She's a Neanderthal.
Like, I just don't understand how you just blatant disregard for other people's time, money. We paid money like she did. And she's just going to sit there and watch TikTok on her phone very loudly.
And it's not our fault that you don't have enough respect to value other people's time.
Was she so stupid that she thought that the movie, because the lights were on, were the trailers? I don't think so. Because when the lights went off, she kind of stopped. Are you that stupid? Is that what you're telling me right now, young lady? I just don't understand.
I actually tell my girlfriend that I thought that noise was coming from the movie.
So yeah, I got pretty close to walking over there and chucking the phone from the top deck of the theater all the way down, but I controlled myself. Then the lights eventually did go off. We both came out jaded from the movie. We were like all over the place. Usually we're like giddy and ready to say stuff. Again, I don't know if because of that experience or because of the movie. I realized how important lighting is too. Because once the lights went off, I really got into the movie. That really, really helps. I thought, okay, I can deal with the lights, right? Who cares? Sometimes I watch movies on this big ass screen with the lights on. Who cares? I can't handle pendeja over here with their TikTok, but I can handle the lights. It's not a big deal. But once the lights went off, I realized my brain kicked into movie mode. So after I gathered all my thoughts, I think it's a fun mess. It can be a gigantic mess visually with all the CGI, and it just throws physics out the window, but it's all in spirit of making our world out to be their playpen for these giant kaijus. And if you find that fun, it can be a fun mess.
Oh yeah, once you start putting a little bit of thought into what's happening or into what you're seeing, everything just goes to shit. It is a mess. It is a total mess. The human part is...
They should take it out.
Yeah, it's bearable, but just Dan Stevens, I think, was the one that saved it for me.
Yeah, he was cool.
Because even Homeboy and Paperboy...
Yeah.
Paperboy.
Brian Tyree Henry.
Thank you.
Brian He will forever be Paperboy. It's not your fault.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He was kind of getting on my nerves.
Really?
Yeah, a little bit. I'm not saying, it pissed me off. No, yeah. But he was kind of grinding in there. Grinding. But then Dan Stevens just came and mellowed it out with the chipperness of his character. I liked it a lot.
So in Godzilla x Kong, the New Empire, we find out that Kong is in the Upside Down, aka Hollow Earth. And Godzilla is on our Earth. But an ancient Kong civilization is on the Upside Down, aka the Hollow Earth. And it's ruled by this soulless monkey. The only reason why I call him soulless is because he's a ginger.
So spot on.
So now Kong must try to get Godzilla to help him go down there and fight the soulless monkey to save the world. And yeah, there's humans in there for some reason. To be fair to the humans, as much as I think that they're meh, it could be really good, but I just don't care about them. It doesn't matter who they are. When it comes to these kind of movies, I don't care about the humans at all. And to be fair, these might be the best ones that they ensembled.
You see, that's the thing. You haven't seen Godzilla -1.
No, that doesn't count. I'm thinking Monsterverse. You keep trying to compare this movie to Godzilla -1, and no, those are different stratospheres way.
Yeah, but it's fucking Godzilla.
See,
It's
wait,
the
pero
monster.
No, pero this is the MonsterVerse shit. This is a whole different. This is not even a Godzilla movie because according to Adam Wingard, he views as Kong and not Godzilla as the true main character of the MonsterVerse.
And that was a question I proposed to you.
Yeah.
Why in God's name is Godzilla's name first? I mean, it was Kong?
I guess Kong X Godzilla doesn't sound that good.
No. But it would be way more true to what happens really because we always see Kong. We follow his development. We
Yeah.
follow it. Annoyed the out of me that he always made the same noise. He was scared.
Mm-hmm.
That noise. He was excited or angry. It was the same noise, the same sound. And I did make the comment: is it me or does it feel cheap? Because CGI wasn't pretty good at all with Godzilla. The monkeys, they look pretty good, but Godzilla kind of look funky.
I think they try to force too much detail on him. So
Yeah.
it comes off messy.
Yeah, I was trying to pinpoint what it was because it looks weird.
Yeah. So Wingard also went on to say that you can't be as close to Godzilla as you can as Kong, and that's why he chose him to be more the focal point of the movie, which makes sense.
It does because you have a face that can express emotions.
Right. And he's like physically looking closer to a human. They also like kind of start to give him reason in this movie, and his posture is more human than the rest of the monkeys, which makes him differentiate between the two.
I gotta say, the Solus one, he had a lot of swagger. I like that one. If we jump around, it just goes on par with the movie because the movie is, they just jump, cut.
The pace was super, super fast. Do you think there was any filler? Because I'm trying to lean towards there isn't. But I don't know if I didn't notice that there was filler because I don't really care about the human side.
Yeah, the whole human side is filler. If you cut the whole,
But they're explaining what's going on. I feel like there wasn't no just throwaway scene. Everything was like informational, trying to push the movies, the movie story forward. The pace was really quick. It didn't feel like it was a little bit under 2 hours to me.
Yeah, the pacing did feel quick. There was a point where I was kind of dozing off when Godzilla was fighting Tiamat.
I will say when they shut the lights off, I start dozing off for some reason.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that happened.
Yeah. They kind of carry over some stuff from Godzilla versus Kong, but again, it's the human stuff, so I don't really pay a whole bunch of attention.
You were asking, was she in the last one?
I don't remember Mija in the last one. I don't even remember Brian Tyree in the last one. Like, it doesn't matter. Again, it doesn't really matter who you put in there, but I do think that this cast might be the better one. Maybe because they're the ones that are least in the movie. You know what I'm saying? These are the least humans we see in these kind of movies.
Yep.
And it should be like that. The movie should just be all just monkeys fighting and yelling at each other.
Yeah, that is true. We had a lot of that. It was interesting, though. I'm not going to diss the movie on that. It was interesting that we got to see more of the monkeys and how they interacted, the craziness and the savagery of their society.
Yeah, it is giant CGI monkeys, right? Like the first time he meets the Scar King and then they have this whole battle, it's all silent, but they're communicating with each other. Were you like having dialogue in your head?
Oh, yeah.
And I was almost like thinking who would voice them, and if they were to be voiced, would that ruin? I think that would ruin the movie.
It would, because in my head, the dialogue was actually not like one person telling to another, I'm gonna beat your ass. No, it was more implied.
Yeah, but I had the whole conversation in my head, like the little monkey saying, no, don't do this or whatever, you know. And I would rather have a whole movie like that, because what that leads to, in my opinion, was kind of fun fighting, you know?
Yeah. I mean, my favorite part of the movie was when they used the kid as a club.
Yeah.
That was the best part of the movie by far.
And they rip stuff apart, and it's kind of violent at some times, and it gets crazy. I mean, you have a ginger monkey versus Kratos, Kong, and Twitch streamer Godzilla. What else you want?
I mean, it comes with the territory.
Yeah,
I guess.
But when so much is going on screen, it does get messy with the CGI wise at times. It might be too much going on. But at the end, like, the purpose of that is for fun, to destroy buildings and go through pyramids and just make a gigantic mess of our world.
Oh, yeah, at least a couple 100,000 people died.
Yeah, Godzilla, as much as he's like viewed as like a savior on our world, he's worse than the Avengers. He makes a gigantic mess on our way to save us. You know? Yeah, I forget what the name of that channel is. Kill count. I'm curious if he would do a kill count for this.
I would imagine it would be unquantifiable.
I don't think it's a dumpster fire movie. I think it's an okay popcorn movie.
It was fun. I gotta say, I had a lot of fun. And I think my favorite fight of the movie, excluding Monkey Club guy, was Kong and Godzilla in Egypt.
Yeah, that was fun.
Godzilla going like, yo, I told you if I saw you again, I'll beat your ass.
And again, that is like conveyed through Godzilla not speaking, but that's the same message I got. Like, oh, bitch, you're back for more kind of thing. Like, I told you it was on site, bitch, like that kind of shit, you know?
Yeah, and Kong being like, nah, man, just stop a little bit.
Wait, we got shit to do over here, wait.
And pulling the brass knuckles away. Oh, I loved it.
It does get ridiculous. I mean, this is in the trailer that he gets an augmentation and he's, becomes half mechanical. But again, I think you will enjoy this movie the more suspension of disbelief you have for it. You were bitching about how buildings don't really work that way.
Oh my God. Okay, for any of you,
tis a rant.
Yeah, I'm an architect. So 2 dinosaurs and 2 giant monkeys were fighting in Brazil, and they're using buildings to like smash each other. And I'm like, no, buildings don't work like that. If any of them just as much as breathes on a building with that type of mass, you're gonna level it, let alone grab half of it with a bone whip and throw it at Kong. I was like, ah.
They were using the building as if it were snow or something. Yeah, that weapon was sick though. That was kind of cool.
The bone thing?
The bone, like Ivy from Soul Calibur whip, yeah.
Did you know that there were people that made whips out of spines?
No.
Yeah, I can't remember in which museum over there in Europe. There's whips made of whole spines.
That sounds tight.
It is tight, but it's, I was going to say bone chilling, but I stopped myself.
Oh, you should have said it. I mean... I do believe that if there's a next one, I really want there to be no humans and just try to tell a story without dialogue, man. It's so primal with these 2 beasts, these 2 kaijus. I would love to see them use that and really try to tell a story in that way.
Yeah.
Challenge yourself. Don't treat us like dum-dums with having these ladies explain everything to us, because that was like the mandatory part of the movie. Try to tell a story without them, because they did a good job using CGI and it was expressive. You and I thought the same thing of what Godzilla was conveying, right? The same thing with Kong. Give us a whole movie like that. Get the humans out of the way. I don't know why it have to be a child connected to the... Why? Every single time a child has to be connected to either the monkey or the damn lizard. Why?
But it was damn specific. Like a child from that specific tribe that came from Skull Island. Yeah. I'm like, you just digging a deeper hole, man.
We don't need that, man. We don't need no people down there. They could have just found the ruins and have the ruins explain that story. Y tan tan. We don't need all these people and this little girl and all these... We don't really need these people. I'm sorry. So that's my petition for the next movie to be that.
Even the way they told that the backstory of like Godzilla exiled the ginger monkey and his people. I was like, what?
Yeah, it gets a little convoluted.
Yeah, like what? You know what? Whatever.
It should be just, hey, it's on site, bitch, for everybody, and that's it. Yes. And then you and me are, the enemy of my enemy is not my friend. That's simple. I think it's a fun mess, ultimately. I'm not a diehard Godzilla or Kong fan either way. But if you are, I'm curious to see what you guys thought about it. If you do see this movie, please let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. We also have on the list the original Godzilla and the original Kong for you guys right over there. Make sure you watch those. Thank you guys for watching. Remember to always and forever, you do.
Bye.
Soulless monkey.